Very intriguing. Django Amoda will get this valuable information across to our teeny readers for the safety and growth of Adamawa State and Nigeria at large.
This idea should be implemented. The West African sub-region has a common problem of cattle herders and farmers' conflicts. How can ICT be used to tackle these issues?
As I said, on the security side, the building the competences around the emerging technologies, such as artificial intelligence, such as robotics, such as drones technologies, such as sensors, right, such as tracking devices, right, one can begin to intelligently use technology to better manage and track and monitor activities of cattle around the states. When a cattle moves, you will be able to sit right here and monitor the movements of the cattle and those that are managing using satellite technology, using sensor technology. But these are things that require skills and competences, right? What is the issue? Why do we have this herding problem? In your mind, what do you think? Why do we have it? Why is it a problem? Disagreements, limited resources that are required by the cattle. So my cattle, where they get water or food, is limited. What do? I begin to encroach into other areas. And then those communities also begin to lose the resource they have, right? So ICTs can enable to come up with a modality where limited resources can be shared. Humans and community organizations can be facilitated and enabled through the effective and efficient use of appropriate technologies and know-how and competency.
We pray that the conflicts reduce.
Yes, it's not going to reduce by itself. The interventions that are needed and the change in mindset and providing support to the affected communities and the communities that are inflicting, if we're able to capture activities and encroachment before they do, then deterrent and reduction of the conflict will happen. And you can only do that through effective and efficient use of appropriate technologies and know-how. And for that, I see it as a big opportunity to steer talent and youths and train them with digital competences to begin to think through how they can create solutions to solve these. And by creating solutions to solve these, you are creating opportunities of employment for yourself.
So, as a Gambian, is there any similarity between your country and Nigeria?
Absolutely. Nigeria is a microcosm of the entire continent of Africa. You can see within Nigeria reflections of Africans from the spectrum of the continent. The Gambia, I will say, the Gambia and Senegal and that region are the closest to the groupings of Nigeria. When I dress up like this and I walk in the community, if I don't say I'm from the Gambia, how would you know? Until I start speaking, right? Wherever I walk, a Fulani will come and speak to me, a Hausa will come and speak to me, and sometimes they will get upset because I'm not responding, and they don't understand why I'm not responding, and they will keep on, speaking. I will dress up differently and go to Lagos. A Yoruba man will come and start speaking to me as if I am a Yoruba. Right? I go to the southeast. I dress in a certain way. People will think I'm just from local government area X. And if I look a little bit resemblance from his or her social groupings, will come and speak to me in that language and will perhaps feel offended that I am not responding. What does that tell you? It tells you our humanity is one. That I'm born in the Gambia, but you can see that if I don't open my mouth, I am very similar to every Nigerian. In terms of processes, the behaviors, the values are not significantly different. The full day that is spoken in that region, when you listen to the full day spoken here, you can see a lot of similarities. For someone who speak perfectly either or, they can follow the conversation and extract meaning. Right? I feel at home in Yola. I don't feel Gambian in Yola, or in Nigeria for that matter. So for me, there is very close similarity between Gambians and Nigerians, between groupings in the Gambia and groupings within the Northeast, in terms of the music, in terms of the culture, in terms of how we coexist and respect we give each other. You will find the same social norms and appreciation. And at the political level and economic level, the Gambia and Nigeria are quite connected. Nigeria have contributed and continue to contribute significantly to the development and growth of the Gambia, whether politically or economically. Nigeria provides lots of support to the peoples and government of the Gambia. There's lots of Gambians that benefited from the educational system in Nigeria. There's lots of training and transfer of skills and technical assistance that are provided by Nigeria, the government of Nigeria, to various sectors in the Gambia, whether it is the military, whether it is the judiciary, whether it is the medical profession as technical assistants, or whether it is agriculture. So the similarities are very similar, and by extrapolation, we all Africans are the same. If you travel to Europe or to the United States, you are an African. So it doesn't matter whether you were born in Nigeria or Gambia or Senegal. Before they come to that level, you are an African and you are part of the black race. Right? So country, humanity that matters and what we do with it. So the youths of the Northeast and Nigeria must explore out beyond Yola or Adamawa. Because when you travel and when you go and see other parts of Africa, it opens up your horizon. Right? Because it also will bring business opportunities.
That means being in Nigeria is like being in Gambia.
In many ways. In many, many ways. In many, many ways. Each country have some very unique twists, but in many ways it's the same.
So where do you see ICT in the next decade?
I see ICT in the next decade continuing to be exciting, pushing the limits, bringing lots of opportunities for humanity, solving myriads of social and economic and political problems, creating new advancements that will take away things that humans were doing and were not doing optimally and efficiently. The rise of artificial intelligence is a reality. The rise of robotics and autonomous systems is a reality. Digital transformation is a reality. The fourth industrial revolution is emerging and is propelled by ICTs. It is going to be, we're going to live in a faster and more agile society. There will be lots of ethical and privacy implications. Cybersecurity will become key area of significance at the national and continental and global level. Data will emerge to be the oil and the most important resources as and shaping the future of IT or the future of the digital revolution. Competency and knowledge will be critical for competitiveness and sustenance and to secure our economies. Those that are not competent and capable and not ready to learn will be left behind. Most of our transactions and processes will increasingly be digital. Blockchains will be a reality. Cyber currency and cryptocurrency and digital currency will be a reality. Self-driven cars will be a reality. Faster speed of connectivity, 5G will be an old technology. We'll be talking about 6 to other Gs coming up. Smart devices will continue to be miniaturized, meaning smaller and more powerful and more intelligent that you can ever see. States and countries will have to transform themselves to be more intelligent. Transportation and logistics will demand faster digitalization and more innovative processes. Learning as we know it, going to school as we know it, acquisition of skills and knowledge as we know it will be hugely transformed and commoditized. Data will create lots of employment and business opportunities for those that are ready for it. Science, technology, mathematics will be key. It will demand a different mindset and concept of work. So the future of ICTs and technology is the only feature that can sustain our economies. Most of countries, if they don't evolve to create a digital economy and digital transformation and figure out of a way to emerge into the fourth industrial revolution, the gap of poverty will be widened. But in the same vein, those countries and people that are competent and ready for the emerging technologies and acquire the skills, they will benefit from the huge opportunities. Borders will be transformed, boundaries will be redefined, this politics of the world will be redefined, and at the center of it, the drivers of it will be increasingly youthful. So the responsibility of the youths today is critical. The preparation of the youths from I would say actually from kindergarten to university, we can no longer be below average. Massive transformation and rethinking of how we learn and the infrastructure we provide and the attitude we have towards the future will make a huge difference.
That's very interesting. Okay. So we really appreciate you for sharing from your wealth of knowledge with us, and we are anticipating to become a student here at AUM.
I look forward to that. You see this thing? This is part of what the feature of ICT is. What is that?
Rocket ship.
It's a rocket ship, space station. You know, Nigeria already have a space program. The emerging technologies will open up new frontiers, new uncharted territories. The space opportunities that are yet untapped, here on Earth and on space and on the emerging technologies. You must take, meaning you by extension, the youths of the Northeast and Adamawa, must take academic excellence and rigor very seriously. Must watch the time spent wasting on idle activities and actions around social media. Remember, I've given you examples on how you can use social media properly to help you. Make sure that you are very careful for social media not to be so destructive to begin to affect your own competencies and learning, because you're spending a lot of valuable time into idle endeavors that will make you miss the time to prepare better for your high school courses, for your WAEC, for your NECO, for your JAM, because you are using these devices. Nothing wrong with Facebook. I forgot to tell you that I'm supporting the government on the digital economy. You know, myself and Dr. Tahir Yusuf were appointed as part of the advisory board of what is called the MIT REAP program. You know what MIT is? It's Massachusetts Institute of Technology. They're working with Abuja to bring technology and innovations and ICTs for entrepreneurship, so that there will be startups, there will be hubs, there will be environments that will harness the creativity of the youths into value-created industries and enterprises, right? So the opportunities are out there around these technologies, and I hope this session has is useful. I hope you will be able to take it and write and edit it very well so that the values that you have seen can be shared widely with all the youths, and hopefully it will motivate them to want to do more, to want to excel. If I can be here, I was a youth like you, and as I told you about my background, and there's a lot more, there is nothing that a Northeasterner or a Nigerian youth cannot accomplish more than I have. You have more opportunities and more people to look up to and more access to do better than your uncles, your brothers, and your aunts. Right? If a young African, young Gambian, whom I said that is not different from you, can go to the United States and do A, B, and C, go to the Middle East, go to Eastern Europe, and is Nigeria, it tells you that through hard work, through discipline, through focus, through want to excel, and not only want to, but ready to spend the time to do it, nobody is going to write those exams for you or inject you to know what you're supposed to know. You have to do it yourselves, right? So there is a self-responsibility with everything that we have to talk about to be able to create the employments that you have said, to be able to harness ICTs to create jobs and create wealth. And there's nothing out there that you cannot do. And AUN is right here for you to be all that and more. Before any of the youths should be looking outside of the state, you have one of the best universities right under your nose. There is nothing that any youth in the state can get from any other state or in any other country that you cannot get it at AUN in terms of your preparation in the degree programs. I'm not just saying that because I'm here. If it wasn't that, I wouldn't be here, go, and come back. If it wasn't true, our graduates will not be in Cambridge, in Oxford, in LSE, in Carnegie Mellon, working in Google, starting up companies, etc., etc. I hope that you can convince the youths of the state to do their best in high school and not to look far. Sometimes the best thing in front of you, you hardly see. You're always looking over there when you are overlooking the golden egg that can propel you to unthinkable imagination for your own good and for the good of your families and your communities. Sometimes the youths, because they've spent all their lives in Adamawa, in Yola, when they finish high school, they can't wait to leave. But when you leave, today I was on the plane with someone who grew up here, went to high school here, started at AUN, transferred somewhere else because he was tired of living in Yola. But when he went, he regretted. He was telling me on the plane, he's a big businessman now. He said, I went to get my degrees, but I wish I stayed at AUN. And I'm going to make sure that all my siblings, he has 2 siblings here, they will not make that mistake. After you get your bachelor's, you can go some other places, but you can get quality education and preparation here. I hope you carry that message.
Sure, sir. We do, yes, sir. team, and certainly our administrator who spoke so well of you. And I'm sure she didn't actually tell us the real picture of you. We have seen more than what she said. We are so grateful. And when we will launch the magazine, we hope you will not be too busy to be here to launch it with us. Thank you so much. And before we leave, we will seek if it is possible